Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So check it, peeps. I'm like at a health fair because, you know, I'm new to my school district, and so they're having a health fair and everyone's vying for your dollars, right? But it's such a difficult one because it's like I'm super healthy in many ways. My blood numbers show that I'm very healthy, and by all accounts, nothing is on the horizon, but do we ever know? And I know sometimes they're selling fear, and that's not necessarily the case here. I'm definitely provided with health insurance, and I'm grateful for that, but it's the secondary stuff. So it's like, you know, do you want Aflac just in case? Do you want this just in case? So there's this one that is disability, and that's not necessarily what I consume, right? It's what can happen to my body. And if anybody knows my track record, I have an uncanny ability to put myself in the way of a horse. Being trampled by a horse, literally on my abdomen, my leg being, you know, trampled upon, being bit, my arm being bit. Like, I've had an incredible record. You know, going to a school site and tripping over roots coming up in the cement and literally just planting on my face. You know, working in a food establishment and having the dishwasher malfunction and literally scald and burn the skin off the back of my legs. Like, these are fun things that I have had happen to me. So I do have to kind of be protected beyond my food. I pray, I was thinking, you know, I pray that my food will keep my body healed to the point of course, avoiding just basic sick days and also cancer. But we never know what is lurking in our genes or in our body per se. And I was thinking, you know, as a child, I was exposed to cigarettes from parents who quit smoking later, but it was just a thing. A ton of parents, places I stayed the night at and everything were all cigarette. I tried smoking myself a couple of times as a child, meaning, you know, 12 years old, whatever. I don't think that'll catch me, but I've certainly been exposed, like so many, to various toxins and chemicals in the world. So while I believe if I ever did end up with cancer, beyond, you know, the cancer I've already had, just in terms of melanoma and skin cancer, but stage 4, you know, we ain't playing. I believe that eating this way will certainly allow me to heal much faster and even survive some of the different things. I think I would really choose food, but in the event that I did for some reason go with chemo and things like that, I believe that the strength of eating right would definitely be to my advantage. So anyway, I was in there and this woman kind of talked me into getting disability, which again, because I tend to be accident prone, my husband always jokes about investing stock in bubble wrap because he doesn't even trust me leaving the house. And then also they had just a $50,000 life insurance policy, which would certainly ease my husband's burden in the event that he had to provide a really nice funeral for me. These are happy topics, aren't they? But the thing is, despite my hotness, I am at that age where it costs more for every single year, right? So between those two things, basic disability, which would, you know, supplement some of my income a little bit, you know, on my sick days, if I was out, and also that just 50,000 humble dollars for life insurance was about $63 a month. But if anyone remembers my story, I have literally gone down $29,000 in the last 3 years, $29,000 per year in the last 3 years. So $60 a month based on fear, and, you know, to some extent. Let's not hurt ourselves. 12 times 60 is $720. $720. Now, granted, if something happens, like when I got trampled by one of my horses last time, I was out for 10 days, it could pay itself back, right? There's a lot of ifs in that statement. whatever, I did it. I signed up for it. Something in the universe just said, cover yourself. Praise God, you may never need it, but just in case. So where do you stand with that? If you really are clean and you really are eating plant-based and vegan, and if you really have seen your numbers become incredible through wellness, are you just taking the risk? Are you just floating out there? Or on behalf of the fact that life is in motion and may indeed intersect with you at some point, did you buy any of that to cover yourself? Even minimals. I got minimals, but it would help. It would help. It would ease my family's burden in the event of disability, and it would certainly ease them in the event that I left the planet unexpectedly, which, Father, is no request. I'm doing time. My family tends to live. They live a long, long time on both sides. And I think it's because the Lord is asking for service and humor, right? We can make people smile and laugh. All right, that's all. I just wanted to check in and say that I did a health fair, and I really just would love it if you would comment down below. Have you protected yourself? Are you just saying, hey, everybody, fend for yourselves, man. If I'm gone, deal with it. You guys are just going to have to figure it out. And what about that idea of people, not just cremation, but actually using the ashes as part of a tree? Have you seen that? Like they give you this thing and it's actually a living tree and your ashes become the nutrients for a tree. Are you familiar with that? So interesting. And of course, easing the planet. All right, my friends, that's it. As always, I have more than an hour to drive home and much more to do tonight. So like if you like, subscribe if you haven't, and until we talk again, trust that you're blessed.